My name is Mike Buehler. I'm the founder and principal and packer and chief bottle washer of Boston Rare Maps. I have been in the trade for about 10 years now. I started the business while we were still living in Jamaica Plain here in Boston. We now live in central western Massachusetts in a little town called Southampton. I expanded the range of what I do to include other kinds of early American prints, primarily images that are rare and visually striking or compelling. To me, a great map or print is one where you walk by and you stop and say, my God, where did you get that? This is an original engraved map that was published in London and in 1777. The short version of the title is Boston, Its Environs and Harbor. And what it is a document of one of the most important and the first major campaign of the Revolutionary War. This is a very famous set of prints depicting the encounter between the Constitution and the HMS Java, which was another frigate, in, I believe, December of 1812. What I think is, again, to use that word great about these prints is that, first thing, I at least find them visually compelling. They're executed in a technique called aquatint, which gives you very fine tonal ranges, so you can capture in a beautiful way variations in the sky or in an explosion with very nice degrees of shading, and then you have the line engraving over that to give you fine details of, say, rigging and, of course, the text underneath. And you put them together, and it's just, I think, an incredibly impressive presentation, culminating in the, the catastrophic explosion of the Java. Reactions to this piece may be more mixed. I have my own little collection of early American, I'll call them posters, early American posters from before 1850. They're often rude and crude, but very, very vivid. And this is something that doesn't appeal to everybody, but I think it's a knockout. There are 10 vignettes here. Each of these vignettes is an image of a major or minor naval engagement during the War of 1812, all of which we won. So it's a map of American nationhood, it's a map celebrating manifest destiny, and a map celebrating those victories of this young nation in the War of 1812. I hadn't intended to talk about this, but it has gotten so much attention over the course of the weekend. So I don't know how many of you know what Norumbega Park was. It was a pleasure park created partly to encourage usage of the various rail lines and tramway lines heading westward from Boston and to serve the growing suburban population. In 1905, they built this tremendous, luxurious pavilion for dances and performances. And I can't tell how many people this weekend have come up and said, my parents used to go dancing, or I went dancing there. So again, here's another, to my mind, completely different from the foregoing, but another great print because it gets you here. It's beautifully composed, incredibly eye-catching, and yet, as you start to tease it apart, there's a story about the development of the greater Boston area and its expansion to the west, and really about the development of a comfortable, prosperous American middle class looking to expand their horizons and, enrich their lives in a variety of ways. There are a lot of definitions out there what makes a great print, but to my mind, a simple one is something that grabs you aesthetically in a very visceral, quick way, and at the same time has a terrific story.